is a message about freedom. Freedom from worry. Freedom from bondage. Freedom from hell. If you're in bondage, you're not in freedom. People think that there's only one type of freedom. Freedom from religion, freedom to speak as you wish. But there's many types of freedom. And the type God talks about is a freedom in your mind, in your heart. Freedom to worship Him, to love Him. If you love God, you'll be freed of these bondages that hold you on the inside, so that although you may not have freedom on the outside, in the inside you will be free. Paul was in a prison, and yet he was free, and his freedom was so apparent that it literally opened the doors of the prison gates and let him out. Joseph had an inner freedom that despite everything his brothers did to him, to try and kill him and destroy him, the freedom that was inside, which was a word from God, which was a prophecy from God, that he was destined for greatness, which was knowing that God was with him, that God was for him, and in due time things would turn for him. They would turn around and he would be blessed. That was a freedom he had. So although everything came against him, he was still free inside. You see, when you have freedom on the inside, it cannot be taken. No one can come against it. When you have freedom on the outside, that can be taken. That is temporary. It is important that you get freedom on the inside. And that comes from a pure heart that lets nothing worry it, lets nothing control it, lets no one come in and take your peace away. If people are getting to you, if they make you feel inferior, ask yourself why. Because that's not freedom. That's giving power over to them. Ask yourself why you're giving others your power. No one is in control of you but you. Ask yourself why you're giving your freedom away. Because the only freedom you have is within your own heart, your own mind. And if you give others that peace, you've just thrown yourself into bondage. If you're letting others upset you, or worry you, or anger you, you're going back into bondage deliberately. You've chosen bondage. You've chosen to go out of the will of God, to step out of the realm of peace, and to step into man's world and let him control you just like a slave, just like a puppet. Next time somebody upsets you or angers you, see yourself as a puppet. They're pulling all your strings. They're laughing. They're having a good time. They're watching your peace get taken. And before you know it, you're sick and weary. And you're more angry now than when you started. And do you think it's bothered them at all that you're angry at them? I guarantee you that people who walk around hurting and upsetting others could care less about others. They could care less about whether they intimidate you or hurt you. So don't waste your breath on them. You can't come down to the idiot's level. You must go above them. You must not let them in. Don't let them begin to take your peace away. As soon as you lose your peace, you're in bondage. Just remember that. Bondage comes when you've lost your peace. And whether it's internal or external, lost peace is lost peace. And you'll never get it back without reclaiming that you're in control of you. You're in control of whether you're happy or not. You're in control of whether you're sad or mad or angry or worried. If you're worried, you're not trusting in God. You're trying to play God. You want things to work out the way you want. You want to know for sure things are going to work out the way you want. That's what worry is. It's a false God. Stress, a false God. You're trying to control everything. You want things to happen the way you want. And when they don't, you're not confident that you can make them happen. You're not confident in what is going to turn out. And you fight harder to regain control, rather than just falling to your knees and giving it over to the Lord and releasing it. Just saying, Lord, you're in control, I'm not. You've got a plan here, I can't see it. I'm not going to try and figure this one out. I can't fight these giants without you. I'm going to put it back into your arms. If you're angry, that's a false God you've created. You're creating yourself to be God. Because you're saying that your ego needs to be right. That somebody has violated you. Somebody has disagreed with you. Somebody has taken control over you. We become angry when we can't be in control. Because we like playing God. We like being in control. We like all of our T's crossed and our I's dotted. We like things our way. And when we can't have them our way, when people don't do what we want them to do, we become angry. Or we come against ourselves and we beat ourselves up. We belittle and put ourselves down. We tell ourselves we're not worthy, even though Jesus said we're worthy. We come against everything to validate this point. See, they looked at me like that. I told you I'm not worthy. See, they said that with that way. I told you. I know what they're saying, really. They read into everything to validate their point that they're not worthy. Because they're looking for validation no matter what you believe. Whether you believe you're great or whether you believe you're terrible. You're always looking for validation through everyone's actions, everyone's words. And you're dangerous out there because you're constantly seeking affirmations to validate what you believe. And God said, just walk alone with me. Forget about what they think or don't think about you. Forget about what you think about you. You'll get yourself into trouble thinking what you think about you, because if you think you're great, you're going to be in trouble. And if you think you're not great, you're going to be in trouble. So don't think about yourself. Think about God. He'll tell you if you're great, but don't let it go to your head. He'll tell you if you're not worthy. Don't take that too hard, because he can fix that. He already did. All you need to do for that one is just truly accept Jesus. Truly accept what he did for you, that he truly died because he loved you. And he didn't want you to suffer and bear the weight of the sin that should have sent us all to hell. He took that on himself. And thus, on the cross, he made us all worthy of anyone who will say his name. Anyone who will honor him. Anyone who will understand the price he paid. You have to see yourself as worthy. But when you start thinking you're better than others, okay, now you've just swung the other way. Or we need to kill the ego again. The ego is very tricky. It's best to get rid of it completely because it'll constantly get you in snares and traps. The ego is where your desires are. And unless your desires are God's, completely God's, you're going to be in trouble. And even then, we may start off with a desire for God. It may be his initial plan, but we take the plan and we run, and we stop listening to him halfway through. We just take the ball and run. And then we wonder why we're weary and nothing has happened. It's because we're trying to carry the ball, and we ended up putting our plans in place rather than his plans.